Hey, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Scents of South Jersey with me, Kellen, for another fragrance video. Today, I wanted to bring you guys a list of 10 awesome Italian fragrances. So I've got a bunch of fragrances here. Actually, might be a little bit more than 10, but we'll see. And they're all from different eras, different price points, but they're all Italian brand fragrances too that I love to talk about. Some are a little bit newer, some you may have seen in some of my other fragrance videos, but they're ones that I absolutely love. So before we jump into this list, if it's your first time here to my channel and you like the type of content that you see here, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. Guys, we have breached the 13,000 mark. Can't thank you guys enough for all the support over the years and all of the interaction. You know that means a lot to me. If you have an Instagram, go ahead and check out the Scents of South Jersey Instagram page for news and updates on the channel, photos of fragrances from my collection, scent of the day posts, and when the next video is going to drop. And it's also a way to contact me. And as usual, guys, if you're interested in purchasing anything from my collection directly, please check out my Mercari page. The link for that will be in the description, along with the link for the Eros perfume outlet on eBay. Again, message them, say if you want a 10% discount that you heard about them through Scents of South Jersey's YouTube channel, and you'll receive one along with the links for the clothing sites that I have in there as well too. So let's not waste any more time. Let's take a look at these 10 awesome Italian fragrances. Okay, first up on the list, let's start with an inexpensive one. It's going to be cheap on price, but not on quality. Again, this is Malizia Uomo Vetiver by the Muratu manufacturer too. So really fresh, clean fragrance, not a deep or earthy vetiver, but something that not only lasts a long time, but it's got a little bit of smokiness, a little bit of citrus in there. Really great drugstore Italian scent. Really doesn't matter which version you get, whether you get the newest one. This is a little bit of an older version. And then there's a 100 ml cylinder style bottle as well too. Performance is awesome, especially for the price, but it smells so fresh, so clean. And it's just a classic, I think, 90s Italian fragrance, drugstore vibe. If you want something for everyday use, something that will get complimented. It's very crowd pleasing. And again, you can't get more Italian than Malizia Uomo's Vetiver. Really awesome scent and won't cost you that much at all. Okay, fragrance number 2 on this list is actually from the house of Valentino. This is, I believe, a 2014 release. Don't know if it's in production anymore, but it's Valentino Uomo's Aqua. So, they go really over the top with their bottle. All the spike studs on there, very heavy. This is 125 ml, sort of a dark green, sort of like, military green look to there. Sprayer is just on top, it's built in. It's like a fire hose. Here's what the box looks like, Valentino Uomo Aqua. So it's a very almost sweet, fresh scent. More on the fresher side, but there's a note of tomato leaf. And when I found out that it was discontinued, it actually sparked my interest and I purchased the bottle too. I like it. Great for, I would say, your warmer weather if you're looking for a fresh scent. It does have that Italian vibe to it though. The tomato leaf note is interesting. So there's a green underlying note scent there too that I like. I haven't had much experience with it, but I do enjoy wearing it. One of the times that I have, I've put slight dent in there, but there's still a lot more. I'll definitely want to get more use out of it maybe in the upcoming spring and summer seasons, I should say. But Valentino Uomo Aqua, let me know if you guys have tried this one. It's pretty good. The other Valentinos are a lot more richer, darker, the ones that I have tried samples of. I have Uomo Intense, but Uomo Aqua didn't last on the shelves that long, but I would love to hear if you guys are familiar with this one. Okay, up next, fragrance number 3. It wouldn't be a list of Italian fragrances coming from my channel if I didn't include Acqua di Selva by Visconti di Madrone, formerly known as Victor. Here's what the box looks like. One of my favorite bottles of all time, just very classic. Think about a alpine frosted pine tree green, very brisk, cool weather scent. Not so much that you'd want to wear it only in cool weather, but it's just a cold, frosted pine. That's what it reminds me of. Very green, but also has like this briskness to it as well. Almost burns the nostrils if you spray it in the air and then you go ahead for a whiff of it. You'll know what I'm saying. So they have different variations of it. There's the built-in sprayer one, which is my favorite look of the bottle. Either way, the only thing that you're gonna miss in on this is if you get the newer one, it's just gonna not be a great performer, but it is a fresher, citrus green pine oriented fragrance from Acqua di Selva or from Visconti di Madrone. Victor still still makes fragrances, but this one in particular has just changed hands in terms of the manufacturer. It's probably all still the same one, but it's a very just classic Italian scent. My dad wore it. I have bottles of it. This one was actually given to me as a gift from someone that sent that I bought something from too. They added in there. I guess they didn't wear it, but it's nice to have the built-in sprayer version again, because I went through that bottle and I just have a big splash one now. But if you want a fresh, clean, green Italian scent that you can wear any day, any time of year, this is a great option. Okay, coming up next, fragrance number 4 from the Italian house of Battistoni. This is Battistoni's Classico. Here you can see, look at the box, really cool box, gonna be reflective there with the ring light, but black lettering. You know, this is a 100 ml bottle, eau de toilette, you know, very Italian. Just look to it. And we're gonna see a lot from this brand in this video, actually. But this is the one I wanted to talk about first. So Battistoni Classico, you spray this one on, very great for the summertime. If you want a fresh, classic, citrus, aromatic, Italian style scent, this is a great choice. And it's something that not a lot of people will own, right? It's a little bit more off the radar, you know what I mean? Under the radar, I should say. So think about it as a mix between like an Acqua di Parma Colonia, an Eau Sauvage, or maybe like a Mustache Eau de Toilette, not the Parfum, because it's got that citrus, sort of powdery citrus scent, very bright, very fresh. Again, a refreshing scent, clean scent, easy to wear, great for the heat, very classic Italian style, not gonna be a big performer, but again, you just apply more of it, and it's cool to have. So Classico by Battistoni, really cool house, and again, we're gonna see some other scents from this house in this video. Okay, fragrance number 5 from the house of Fendi. If you want something a little darker, a little more complex, a little richer, you want to check out Fendi Uomo for Men. This is one of my bottles, I think the very first one I got, because it's the one that has the least amount of juice left in it. But if you want an awesome leather scent, really cool box, leather and iris, you know, think about the people that love the Dior Homme, but this one is just more of an 80s style version of that, a little bit more in your face, a little bit more masculine. But one of the best leather scents ever, lasts a lifetime, smells so incredibly good. Fendi Uomo, it's out there. There are bottles of it out there. It's discontinued, but it's not super hard to find. I have one for sale on my Mercari page, full bottle, 100 ml with the box, but I love the stuff. That's why I got several of them, because I know I wear it, especially in the cooler months, especially when you're going out at night and you got a nice shirt on, nice jacket. It's cold out and you want to wear something that stands out, something classy, something very Italian. Check out Fendi Uomo. It's so nice. Okay, fragrance number 6, again from the house of Battistoni. This is Battistoni Marte Red Planet, or Mars Red Planet too. So really cool bottle. This one is awesome. You see the Roman soldier, Roman centurion, or you know, whatever they're called on there. And you can see, you know, it's got this golden juice, and cap is cool detail on there. Very classic looking. I don't think they make this one anymore, but this is what the box looks like. Similar to the Classico box, but it says, you know, Marte Red Planet. Now, this one is very, I don't want to say modern, but it's definitely reminding me more of something like an adult version of like an Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. Not that an adult couldn't wear Fierce, it smells great, but it's in that vein, but it just is a little bit more deep, a little bit richer. It does last a long time, but it reminds me of like a nice clothing store, something that you would smell when you go in a nice clothing store, or like a clothing store's brand. Now this brand is an Italian brand. They've had a lot of Italian barbershop style scents, something similar to Classico. This is not that. This is more, I think, more modern, more mainstream smelling. Does smell nice though. It lasts all day, but think about something that you'd want to wear, you know, if you wanted something like a daily signature work scent, or, you know, even going out. Again, I think it's pretty versatile. Smells nice. It only comes in these 75 ml boxes though. So this one, it's different, but when I smell this one versus the one that's going to be coming up on this list, I was like, oh, they're vastly different. And this one to me, again, more modern, more, it smells like a mall style scent that you would get, not at the counter, more so at like the fragrance counter, but more so like a clothing store's like signature scent that they sell at the store, and that's where you would buy it. Okay, fragrance number 7 on this list is from the house of Nina Ricci, and this is Ricci Club. This one is another fragrance that, again, probably going to be hard to find, and it's discontinued, but really cool. Look at that box, the different colors, just very, very sporty looking. So, you know, club or sport, to me, they're sort of the same thing. A club usually is a lighter, fresher version of the original. Same thing with sport. Sport may take it a little bit further. So Nina Ricci Club, unfortunately, I think I overpaid for this one. Let's actually put some of this one on my hand here. So it's a horrible sprayer. It's built in, it's a horrible sprayer, and then the bottle just leaks. So these are some like things that are defective with this one, and I bought 2 of these bottles and I paid more for the second one thinking the first one was defective, and then the second one had these same exact problems. However, it does smell very nice, and it's like a citrus sort of vanilla vibe, somewhat barbershop, but it does last a while, thankfully. And basically it's like a half spray, half splash because it gets all over your hand and it leaks. The bottle I love, the built-in sprayer I love, but it is defective and it leaks everywhere, unfortunately. But Nina Ricci Club, again, if you can get it for a better price, don't overpay for it, because that's what I did, unfortunately. But it's a very, again, citrus forward, but there's this undertone of vanilla in there. It actually smells pretty nice. It's not sweet by any means. It's got this classic feel, classic sort of club, country club style fragrance. And Nina Ricci or even Stefano Ricci sell very high-end fragrances, especially Stefano Ricci. But this one's interesting, just sort of a blip on the radar of discontinued Italian classic scents, and I thought it was pretty cool. If you can get it for a great price, pick it up. Okay, fragrance number 8 on this list. Have a full review of this one. Absolutely love it. This is Armani Eau pour Homme. This one is the vintage version. You can't beat this spiced citrus, just classic, sort of mossy scent that this is. I love this one. I have a ton of bottles of it. It's so classy. It's a great going out scent. If you want something, you got a nice jacket on, nice button-down shirt, could really wear it all year round, but maybe fall, spring, summer, it would be the best in. Performance-wise, I think it's great. And it doesn't even matter because it smells so good. It's awesome. I love the bottle, the black and the gold. The current formulation is still pretty good. There's some differences, so if you can get a vintage version, go ahead and do that. If not, don't sweat it. They still make the current version, I'm pretty sure. The bottle's a little bit different looking, but Armani Eau pour Homme, spiced citrus, slight soapiness in there, but it's darker. It's darker than things like, say, an Acqua di Parma, Colonia, or like a Classico by Battistoni. It's darker than that, more citrus, more depth to the citrus. Again, it's like that rindy citrus spiced orange rind. I always say that, and it smells so good. And I love this stuff, and especially in the air, no matter what. I see, like, I wish that I could get a fresher bottle of the shower gel for this, because I think it would smell fantastic. I have a shower gel, but to me, I don't think it's in the best condition, whereas the fragrances have maintained their amazing scent. So Armani Eau pour Homme, the original, is fantastic. Okay, fragrance number 9. I wanted to make sure I put this one after Armani Eau pour Homme. This is the whole reason I know about the house of Battistoni. This is Battistoni Marte, or the original Mars by Battistoni. So this fragrance, take a look at the box. Red Planet was a flanker to this one, but look at that. Again, the beautiful embossed glass, the frosted Roman centurion soldier on the front there, Battistoni. This is a big bottle. The cap, black and gold. We'll spray some of this on here. Just good sprayer. This one is a lot like Armani Eau pour Homme, but it's soapier. It's fresher. This is darker. This is the fresher version. This one goes down in terms of its depth and darkness. This one has depth, but it's a fresher one, and it goes into more of a citrus soapy scent. Not powdery soapy, but it lasts a long time, just like this. Whereas the Classico, unfortunately, its performance, just as many freshies, citrus-only base scents are, it's not going to be there. This one, there's a lot of that. There's moss in this one. If you can get the vintage version of this, definitely get it. I got this one on eBay. You'll absolutely love it. If you're looking for this, but you don't want to spend the money, get this. This I had for under 80 bucks. I think it was $79, and I got a bottle of it. So great, check it out on eBay. There's a seller that has it. You want to get this version. In Italy, you can actually buy the new version. It's not by Battistoni anymore, but it's called Marte, and it's in a brighter blue bottle. Smells pretty much the same though, but this has, you can tell the vintage, there's some differences in the vintage, but this one's fantastic. It's safe for any situation, very masculine, classic, and Class E scent. I love this stuff. This stuff is awesome. Got the aftershave, the shower gel, the balm, the whole deal. Made sure to find it. Even got a vintage aftershave, a spray of this too, but that one was spoiled, so that sucks for me. But I did get the modern version of the aftershave spray. And with aftershave, if it's not the vintage, not a big deal as long as you got the vintage EDT. And this stuff is awesome. There's a concentrate version as well, but that's impossible to find. Can't find it, but this one is just as good and lasts, as far as I'm concerned, and lasts a long time. Again, that's Battistoni's Mars or Marte. Okay, fragrance number 10 on this list. You know, I was going to include the original, but I thought, let me talk about this one because I've only mentioned it a few times on my channel, and I've mentioned the original one a million times. So Cerruti 1881, and this is Edition Blanche. So this is a flanker to the original Cerruti 1881, which is a classic green Italian aromatic fougere. And this one is exactly that, except it's got some other additions to it. They changed it up. I'm gonna put some on this arm now. I'm running out of arm space here, guys, sorry. And oh man, it's got this additional note in there. I don't even really know what it is. All I know is this is, if you take a look at the modern current formulation of Cerruti 1881, this one is gonna be more in line and closer with the vintage version. It's got this, it's like a brighter but mintier, greenness to it than the current version. The current version leans more citrus. This one leans more green and deeper, just like the vintage one does as well too. I have so many bottles of Cerruti 1881 of all different eras, but a lot of vintage. I actually have some for sale vintage on my Mercari page, but this one, a little harder to find, but it's still out there and it smells fantastic. Performance is good. If you like it, I know there's some like woods and cedar in there too. I get that sort of like green mixed in with a bit of pencil shaving. I love this stuff. And I found out about it randomly when I was just buying different Cerruti 1881 flankers. And there's a few out there that are good. This one is great. Like if I only were to pick one flanker, it would be this one every single time. And of course the original, but definitely check this one out if you can find it, Cerruti 1881. And this is Edition Blanche. Okay, I actually got one more for you guys. Had to include this one, and I've talked about it so much. If you're an aromatic fougere fan, if you're a green fragrance, if you love high-end smelling vintage, if you like stuff that's harder to find so you stand out and you love Gucci, you're gonna love Gucci Nobile. I love this bottle, the built-in sprayer. Think, you know, of course, the basis of all of these scents are Drakkar Noir, really, and others, but this one just takes it up a notch. Very hard to find for a good price. So if you're willing to spend the money on it, go ahead and do that. You will not be disappointed. It's amazing. If you want something that's very close to it, go to Rogue Perfumery and check out Bon Monsieur. That is an amazing scent and smells a lot like it. Just a little bit more dank because it's going to be newer, where this is obviously sat around for a while, but just one of the best aromatic fougères ever. It's great. I wish it didn't cost so much, but it does. But that's what happens sometimes. I'm fortunate to have a decent amount of it. I think I have this one in another 4-ounce bottle and some of the body line accoutrement stuff. But green, lavender, the mossiness, it smells awesome. It's a super classy scent, and it's by Gucci. So this one I wanted to make last because it's probably the most fougere of all of these, really, when it comes to traditional fougere styles. There's a mix of that in a lot of these other ones, but a lot of them are, they go in different directions, but this one is just the traditional aromatic fougere. Smells good. Maybe it shouldn't be as much money as it is now, but I think it smells fantastic. And I mean, the first time I ever tried it, I loved it. So if you love that type of, if you want like something like a niche level Drakkar Noir, but you don't want to get the Houbigant, or you don't want to get something from Rogue and you want to spend the money on it, buy it. You won't be disappointed. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for me. That was my list of 11 Italian fragrances for men that you may or may not have heard of. I know you heard of some. Hopefully, I've introduced you some ones that you haven't heard of yet. So let me know in the comments section which of the fragrances on this list have you tried or do you own? Do you like any of them? Do you dislike any of them? Do you agree with me, disagree? I always appreciate all the interaction. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe. Check out the Instagram page. Check out the links to my Mercari page and Eris Perfume Outlet, along with the ones for the Masudo shirts in the description. Again, Mercari link is in the description. Guys, it was awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me and watching the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.